One of the biggest issues with being my own boss and doing mostly everything in as far as production is that everything ends with me. As much as I didn't like working in an office for someone else, I didn't have to think about this or worry because it was literally not my business. But now, if for example shots don't look great, if the edit or the color grade is off, it all falls on me. And that doesn't matter whether I'm working alone or with a whole team of people handling different aspects of production. Like 9 out of 10 of every job brings heavy anxiety for me because my mind is telling me constantly everything that could go wrong and how that will end my business. Like that amount of pressure just weighs heavy on my mind, and I find myself losing the motivation and enthusiasm to get through that particular job. It's crazy. It's like your mind tells you all the ways this could go wrong, and that's all you can think about now. So you don't have the space in your mind to concentrate on like actually making the thing you're doing. It's basically a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's like a form of self-cannibalization. The snake swallowing its own tail, that kind of situation. You concentrate on everything that could go wrong so much, you have no room in your head to actually think creatively to bring out a product you would have if your mind was free. My lesson from sitting down and looking back at all this though was that whatever we push our minds to believing is what manifests itself in our lives. Anxiety is a thief of potential and a very effective one as well. I've gotten better over time, but it is the realization that that kind of anxiety has stolen so much from me and I gave it way too much space in my head. Letting negative scenarios run in my mind did nothing to actually help me, but just dug me even deeper into the hole that I found myself in. I really like how it said in Luke 12 verse 25, which asks for which of you by being anxious can add a single hour to his span of life? So as we're now at the dawn of the new year, there's always celebrations and parties and resolutions. But when the dust really settles, the anxiety for what is to come and what we didn't accomplish last year and how maybe you might not accomplish it this year or whatever, the anxiety just kicks in. Max, is it Lucado? I don't know how to say his name. Dude is quoted to having said, "No one can pray and worry at the same time." And this really has held true for me. Philippians 4 verse 6 to 7 goes, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." I don't know about you, but putting all my anxieties in the hands of someone much greater than myself feels like a kind of freedom my mind could really use for this new year. It's been your boy Njabu, wishing you a productive and happy new year.